Hello guys, and welcome back to our flag-specific tactics for Domination in Black Ops 2 series, and this is the C flag on Standoff. We've already taken care of A and B in parts 1 and 2, and this flag it benefits from a lot more cover, giving it a couple of different spots where you can go, and other than that, there's only really one sort of jump spot, and then I'll go over what I think of the whole map now. If they're up there, oftentimes it's not a bad idea to be just kind of over here, because you can take the flag all the way from here. And that does, almost took the flag, that does eliminate a lot of that. So if you're covering yourself, and you are, say, taking it back as your home flag, and you're tucked right over here, you only have to be out this far, and you're not, if you're crouched, you're not visible over there. So you can sit there and just cover the one door, and wait, they have to come around there to see you. Again, they have to find you at that point, so that's not too bad. And this guy in the door actually couldn't see me until he was all the way, and I will show you where he was able to finally see me. And he had to be all the way out here. I mean, that's pretty far out. He's going to get shot very easily. You could possibly see him if you're looking that way before he sees you. Attacking this flag, if this is their home flag, that spot was not terrible. Doing the opposite side of it was not terrible. Again, you can capture it anywhere up against here, so if you want to make sure that you only have to watch this area. So really what I ended up finding was that and that side tended to work the best. Again, cold-blooded, laying right there. I had people walk right by me. Don't forget, again, the van does explode. If you were out to here, it killed me out to here. From there, though, it's not so bad. It was just kind of something to remember. It does explode. If you are taking cover, say, over here, well, you're taking C for some reason, just remember that. Now, the only real jump spot over here was this one, and you were able to jump up here and get in this little sniper perch a little bit easier. Of course, that's not counting the obvious one over here, which goes right up into here. Now, I said earlier I would talk about how much less cover you have over here, and here's two problems with it. The first one is this doesn't block anything. And it doesn't on that side either, and you'll notice that window is almost as big, and I'll show you that. The big problem was, to get a good view, you're in such a wide open area with a white background that you ended up being very easily silhouetted against this white background. So it's like, oh, look, there's a guy in camouflage standing against a white background. He's very obvious. So even if you haven't pulled out, even if you're right here and you haven't seen them yet, there's a third of your body already visible. At this point, you're over half of your body's visible. So it was very easy to spot you from all the way down here on the other side. And again, that is unfortunately due to the white background. Now, if you go over here, you'll notice that it's a much darker interior. The wall all the way in the back is textured and brown. And you didn't have to go out but this far to start getting guys, and you could actually sit back here. And the guy in that window could barely see you. Whereas you stand out like a sore thumb, a guy in this window is a little bit easier. So this is probably the better sniper area, but again, I still give C the better flag for a home flag simply because there's so much more cover around it. It's so much easier to jump in, take, and dodge around the hay bales to make sure you don't get killed. If somebody comes up, you have things you can juke around. You can, if you're on A, you don't have any of that. So that's why I give C flag the stronger flag on this one. And non-mirrored maps always have a stronger flag, in my opinion, and that is it. Again, somewhat similar, by the way, on both the A and C flags, similar to the setup in Raid. If you get a Guardian and a Sentry Turret back here, as long as no one thinks to throw an AMP grenade back there, you will keep this flag clear always. Just simply because if you put your Guardian over here and you have it face that way, and then you put a sentry turret over here to protect the Guardian from anybody trying to come up and shoot it, you'll get a lot better results like that. And all of these flags don't really benefit from they do benefit a little bit from the trophy system, but they all do benefit really well from the smoke grenades. And the reason for that is the space on these flags. If you see like how wide this is, I mean, I have to go all the way to the wall, and as soon as I step off the wall, I'm capping the flag. It's a huge wide space, and you can be capping the flag from so much of it that smoke grenades work really well. And again, like I mentioned in the B flag, you can lay down here and you are not visible, but as soon as somebody blows up the truck, which I will do right now just to re-demonstrate this, as soon as the truck is detonated, it almost always drops the tailgate. At that point, you're visible. It's still okay cover, but it's not great cover at that point. All in all, the map itself is fun to play on. It does have obvious tendencies towards being built for a little bit of LMG or sniper duels going on here, because they do face the windows to each other. You have that center one, and past these windows, though, it's really the realm of the submachine gun. If you have a quick draw handle on the assault rifles, that's probably going to be okay too. But for the most part, you really are talking a submachine gun friendly map, because most of your ranges are only going to be, corners. There's so much area that these people can go through on both sides to make sure that you're not out of shotgun or submachine gun range. I mean, you can move the entire outskirts of this map. You can go over and not have more than, I would say, 20 meters in front of you for a sight line. I mean, this is one of the longest sight lines moving from C to A, and that's tiny. So when you look at it, it really is a shotgun SMG style map with some perches that a sniper could get use out of, or assault rifle, or even LMG. But for the most part, I would say you're best off, unless you are going to be sniping or using an LMG from up here, I would say you're probably best using a shotgun or a submachine gun. Also, this area right here, I will say this, unlike the opposing side, this area right here, for an LMG is really good, because you can actually back up to here. And that will block both of these windows, and when you do that, you can actually get guys in there. So, I do like the map. It's a very colorful map. It's not brown, brown, and more brown, which is sort of the bane of the modern military shooter, as I walk through a brown room with wooden floors. They're wooden floors. That's why they're brown. It's very colorful. It's nice. It's aesthetically pleasing. It has led to some good matches and some really terrible matches. So I would have to say probably a fairly balanced map, simply because there's no real rhyme or reason why. If you hold C, you have no more chance of winning than if you hold A. It is a weird map in that I have won the game by holding C and A and not having B for the entire game, but that's pretty out of there ordinary. So generally I would say, shotguns, SMGs, map is actually pretty fun. It leads to some really tight games sometimes, but it also leads to some very lopsided games. All in all, probably not my favorite map, but I would say it's in the top 5. So, thank you guys for watching, and we'll be back with the next map tomorrow, and good luck out there on the battlefield, and have a great day, everyone.